How's it going, everybody? Happy Thursday. This is the Thursday, Third Rail Thursday. Wow. I forget the name of it already. I hope everyone's doing good. I'm Go Viera Go Home, and this is my week to host the Third Rail Thursday. If you guys aren't familiar with it, basically every Thursday we do a live, and it's split between M&M Rails, Dave Co, and myself, and then collectively at the end of the month, all three of us do a GVO After Dark live show, which we basically recap the month with a few extra things as well. Normally, Dave is the first week. He was on last week. Great show by him. I normally do the second week. Mark does the third week, so watch for him next Thursday. And then at the end of the month, we'll come back here for GVO After Dark. We're doing a Hopper special today. And I know you guys can't see me right now, and it's just because of where the camera is set up. Just kind of wanted to take a moment to do the intro, and then we'll get right into it. And of course, my microphone and the computer are on the other side of the room, but that's okay. You guys don't need to see my face anyways. Not yet anyways. But we've got a few things lined up for tonight. We'll just take a minute and say hey to everybody before we get started. We have Dwight and James and Cloverdale Rail and Dave Co. Hey, Dave. And Roger Coleman. How's it going? And did I say hi to Randall yet? Hey, Randall. And Bubs, thanks for joining us. Mark. How's it going, Mark? All right. So, yeah, let's get started. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Hope you guys got a warm beverage and you're all settled in for the night. We're going to have an awesome show tonight. So first up, we're going to, well, not first, but at some point tonight, we are going to do an unboxing for the new Intermountain fully assembled, fully HO cylindrical hoppers. These are some of my favorite cars, you guys, and they're like candy to me. I love them. I can't have enough. I want all of them. I want them all. Gotta catch them all. Hope there's not a trademark on that. All right. Well, let's bring in this really cool train that I can actually run on the second level now. By the way, you are looking at the second level. This is this was my work from the past week and a half. I want to say it's been about a week and a half, I think. Yeah, it's getting there, but yeah, we'll talk about that more in a bit. So I'm just stepping away from the computer, and hopefully you guys can hear me still. Okay, so let's bring in what I would consider to be a co-host here for this, because all right, come on. Did I do this right? All right, so 24. Try to set this up properly. 24 is going forward, and that's going backwards. Yeah. Okay, so let's do. There we go. This is it's going to be my love of labor right here. This is basically why it's going to be the cylindrical hopper show. Well, I didn't call it the cylindrical hopper show. I just called it a hopper show, but you guys know. You know. My cat's around here somewhere. I don't know. I don't really let her drive the train, so. Too much power. Give him too much power. Oh, here she is now. You give them too much power, and well, it is what it is at that point. Would you believe me if I told you that there's no feeders connecting any of this track right now? It is just, it's because when I solder really well. I don't normally say nice things about myself, but if I will say one thing is that my solder joints are like the bee's knees, you know? So the power that it's running off of right now is like just because it's connected to the rest of the layout on a giant loop. I thought you guys would have to wait another year before you see something like this. Now we do have the two Walthers GP9 chop nose on the front, consisted. And then we've got a number of different manufactured cylindrical hoppers here as it slowly goes around. And there's a couple of things that we are going to point out today. Some things that I didn't know a while ago, I guess. I mean, you tend to learn things as you go here, but we got a little bit of everything here. And we're going to talk about reporting marks. And we're going to do a little bit of a, we'll check this brand out compared to this brand and so on and so forth. And because I have never bought an Intermountain cylindrical hopper, I thought it was very appropriate to do so here and make sure that I have a overview going on. And of course, going over the bridge over here. Look at it go. More power. All right, so we're just gonna bring this right down here. All right. Okay, so now forgive me for a minute because we're gonna change things up and change the view of everything real quick here. Where was that cut off? I think it was here, yeah. So I'm just going to cut that off. I'm gonna bring these two Alberta ones over here. And I'm going to bring these two Canada ones over here. Saskatchewan. I've got 3 Saskatchewans here that we're going to look at. And a Government of Canada. Alrighty. Wow. Okay, there's so many here. Ran out of room. All right, that's the show, guys. No, don't go. Sorry about the shaky camera. Sorry. Whoop. Okay, we're just going to bring this down a little bit. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get that going there. Alrighty. And my cat, of course, is sitting right here. And okay, she moved. Okay. Wow. Welcome. That was a bit of a different intro than what I normally do. And normally on Thursdays, I'm normally working on the layout. But I'm tired, and I'm going out of town tomorrow with the fam. So, I didn't want to get into anything too crazy and start, painting and doing static grass and all that. Not tonight. Maybe next month we'll get back into it. All right, so I want you guys to be able to see this. So I'm just gonna, I have to adjust this again. I'm so sorry, guys. All right. All righty. So look at all this fun stuff here. So I'll just move these out of the side. All right. It's hard. I had to decide whether to have them already all on the table or run them around the layout and then move them to the table. Decisions. Am I right, guys? All right. So if you guys have never, ever purchased one of these before, obviously there's, a number of different brands out there that you can that do make these. We've got our Walthers, we've got North American Rail, NARC, North American Rail Co., and Bachmann, and of course we also have Intermountain. These just came out as well. So we're gonna look at a bunch of different ones here that that has been offered. I know that it is still possible to walk into a store and get any of these Walthers ones. I'm a huge fan of the Walthers ones, but we'll leave that for after. North American Railco, I feel like these are only special runs. Like most of the ones that they do are special because they're the only ones that can actually do the Saskatchewan car. So there's a couple of different ones. I do have another one that does not have the exclamation mark at the end. These are really nice. Bubs, actually, he helps me out with that because I'm always wanting to, order from them. So he'll order it for me and then pass them off. And then, of course, Bachmann as well. You can find these either used or you can still find them in stores sometimes. Not normally in large quantities, but if you ever come across them, they're still fun to use as well. And like I said, the Intermountain ones just came out in a number of different schemes. In fact, most of the ones that are here. So obviously I got the Canada ones. You can get Alberta. You can get the Saskatchewan in the brown and orange, but you can't get that one. I think there was another one that's kind of similar to that. But yeah. Now, one thing that I want you guys to all be aware of, and you got to keep in mind, because, we were all at that point where, okay, we just looked at it like they're just train cars, right? As you get into it more and you want to get into doing car cards and whatnot, each one develops almost like a personality. And when I say personality, I mean, reporting marks, right? So when we look at the Alberta ones, you'll notice that this one is ALPX and this one is ALNX. I don't know if you guys can actually see that or not, but I will hold it up. ALPX. So how do you know what is what? Because then you've got the Canada ones here. It's CNWX, CPWX. Now, because in Canada, the two primary rail companies are Canadian National and Canadian Pacific, the CN and the CP are your dead giveaways for your Canada cars, right? So the CNWX would be CN as in Canadian National, and then CPWX is Canadian Pacific. That stretches a little bit further. So we've got ALPX and we've got ALNX. And I guess you can say that the AL is for Alberta and the P is for Canadian Pacific. That's right. See? Input. She's got lots of input. And of course, just like the other one, but only ALNX is Alberta Canadian National. So if you're ever searching for a car and you're like, well, what do I get? Or if I run a specific road name, how do I know what to get? This is something that you can take a look at, because it might look like, oh, wow, there was just 12 numbers of these released. Well, technically there was 6 for the Canadian National and 6 for Canadian Pacific. So it's something that you want to keep an eye on because it looks like there's a lot of road numbers, but really depending on what you run. Now, don't be discouraged though, because obviously I mostly run CN, but I do have some CP here. For example, SKNX and SKPX. I at least have 3 out of 6 here, and if I'm not including these, I've got 3 out of 6 that are CN and 3 that are CP. It is possible in the real world, if we're keeping things prototypical, you will see in some cases a CP and a CN on the same train, or if it's a CP locomotive pulling it, you'll see a CN car, or vice versa. So don't feel totally discouraged if you just specifically want CN or just CP, because it runs in massive numbers, huge. Now, a big part of why I wanted to do this is because in the real world, not in model town, but in the real world, these are all being decommissioned. Now, some of them have already started getting scrapped, but yeah, they're going to fully be decommissioned as of 2022, which is sad because I feel like when I look at these, it's a part of Canadian history. They're so colorful, and it's a huge statement that Canada, for some reason, made on these cars. And even, we've done news stories in the past where out in Alberta, there's a good, 50 to 80 of these exact cars that are in some farmer's field right now. Or they're on the rails, it just cuts through the farmland. But yeah, there's like 80 of them all in a row, and they've been sitting there for years. So eventually they'll all get moved, they'll get decommissioned and scrapped and whatnot, because they are getting replaced. Now, you're going to have to forgive me, and I know Bubs is going to correct me, because all these numbers of all the new style cars, I want to say they're 5430s, which are the new Hopper. It's a larger capacity car, and it's not as rounded. It's more boxier. But yeah, they're being replaced by those. And I mean, they're not as fancy. They're that grayish color, right? So, but what can you do, right? So next up, what I'm going to do, because that's a bit of a, not really history, but some information on them there. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to open these up, because these are brand new. They just hit stores. I'm really excited. This is not the first run that Intermountain has done with these, but it is one of the first that I've ever owned. I did hear some unfortunate things about one of the last runs where the trucks were not as good. So I'm hoping that the trucks on these ones have been improved. By the way, that was ridiculously hard to get into. It looked like I was struggling because I was struggling. Okay, so right off the bat, I can see a lot of differences between this one here and a Walthers, but we're going to go over that in a bit. I did go with the CN WX, as you can see in there. See what I did there? All right. I'm just going to put these away because they're all getting added to the layout regardless. So it says here, HO cylindrical covered hopper through hatch, which is another thing there, because I do the grain, which you will need the through hatch for that. But the other one, which is the round hatch, I can't remember what they carry, but not grain. And sometimes you'll see that with the, there's one where it's all gray and it has the CN noodle, or the all black with the CP script. They have the round hatch, which is another thing there, right? something else that you want to be aware of. Because, again, it looks like, oh, there's a whole bunch. But not all of them are green. So you got to pay attention to stuff like that. Otherwise, you're just grabbing random cars. Which is fine if you like the way the look of a car looks, and if it runs well, then why not? It's your layout. Run what you like. But if you want to get to a bit more of a prototypical layout, this would be the route to take. Now, if you guys saw the cover picture to the live stream, you'll notice that there was two awesome looking cylindrical hoppers. I can't remember where I got one of those pictures, but I took the other one, the Canada one. So it is often that you will see a lot of graffiti and whatnot defaced on these cars. So it does open up a lot of option there for detailing and weathering them and making them look really fancy with like the graffiti down the side. A very popular one is the green Saskatchewan car, where there's a lady laying down on there who forgot to put on her bathrobe. All right, so how do I sort this out? How do I sort this? Okay, so we've got those. I'm going to keep the Walthers ones up here. And then we've got these. Okay. All right. So when I'm talking about, okay, we're going to cover a couple of things here with these. Price, what you would normally pay for something like this from, whatever store. We're going to look at quality. So what you're getting for the dollar. Where you can get them, and of course your options as well. We'll start off with the Bachmann, because in most cases, price point wise, this will be your lower price point. So beginners, right? People who don't want to spend a lot of money, who just want some cars to run. Like I said, you can get these also from train shows. Train shows, what are those? In most cases, these came in sets, and you could always see them all mixed and matched with a whole bunch of other cars. So the Bachmann ones, they're really good. They do have the metal wheels and a plastic coupler, but they are still kind of on the light side. So if there is a way to get in there, which I do not know. I mean, it could stand to be a little heavier. That I don't have a scale on me, but you'll have to take my word for it. Not that heavy. Now, as far as the paint job, well, you've got your silver car, right? And your yellow ends. The yellow is really nice, and it's a very crisp and actual clean paint job. And even the lettering and the reporting marks, I'm going to see if I can get that a little bit closer to you there. For a Bachmann model, these are really neat. As the Canada flag logo there for the government of Ontario. It's really blurry for some reason. Jeez. Come on. No? Okay. Well, I guess we're not looking at details today. These are a little bit thicker on the side here, which just means it's not going to break as easy, which is great, especially if you tend to be rough with your trains. Not sure why, but we tend to be clumsy sometimes. Then we've got the walkways up top, which is a solid plastic. They are not see-through at all. It's just a solid piece. And it does take away from the realism of it because it is that solid part on the top there. But overall, these are really nice cars regardless, and you can get a bunch of these for cheap, right? You don't have to spend an arm and a leg to do up a whole train of these. Yeah, it's probably because they're brighter. I don't know. It's probably because this one's too reflective and shiny and the light. Oh, oh. Oh, it did it. Yay. Okay, cool. So CNWX, you see it there, Government of Canada. And then there's a bunch of tiny writing, which, I mean, even me being here in person, my eyes are not that great. Yeah, I can't really read that. Oh, it's plate C for something. I don't know. But you'll find these for about 20. Well, if you're getting it used, you probably get like a $5 or $10 car. If yeah, the cat did fix it. You can find them used for about $5 to $10, which is not bad because then you don't feel as bad when you're trying your graffiti skills out on it. Brand new, $25 to $30, I think, is the standardized Canadian dollar price point for something like this. Again, not terrible, and you can get a whole bunch of them for cheap. Next up, because we did that one, we'll talk about the Walthers ones. I don't think it's fair that I talk about these because I have so much love for these cars that it just makes all the other ones seem bad. Even though they're like amazingly detailed and whatnot as well. So we'll start off, obviously, a number of different paint schemes with these as well. Very crisp, very, very bright, very vibrant blue on this one here. You've got your reporting marks. This one is obviously, that's the ALPX. So you've got your Canadian Pacific, the Heritage Fund. And like I said, there was about 6 road numbers of each of these. And you've got a bit more writing, especially right down there on the underside. You can see that there, right where my finger is tapping. So you've got a bit more. Now, this car did have, I don't know if you can see it up in there on the underside, there is a bit of writing under there. But when you compare it to the amount on the underside of this one, which again, you can't focus and see it. Oh, well. Yeah. But yeah, lots of writing, both ends. So you know that there was a lot done to these before all this, which was separately applied, before that was added. Also, I want to note, these are all see-through. Now, this does feel, it does feel like it is etched metal. And these are a little bit stronger. Right on the sides there, you got your brake wheel and whatnot, which this one did have, but it does not have the chain going down where this one has the chain. And you've got your piping and whatnot on the inside. I don't know if we can see this or not. Ooh, turn it a certain way. And I don't know if you can see that or not. But also a little bit heavier too. When I compare the two, this feels a lot more durable, a lot stronger. And again, with the hatches on the bottom, these have a bit more realism to them than just the plain ones here. So these are definitely a step up. You got your metal wheels again, and this feels also like a plastic, is it a plastic coupler? But the Walthers ones are really good. I've always been a fan of the Walthers couplers. These normally go for about $35 Canadian when I buy them. You'll pay anywhere upwards of $45 at some shops, but of course I get all my things from Otter Valley, so that's why I'm only paying about $35 for a car like this. So when I go and buy something like this, which is $25 to $30, I basically just upgrade to the Walthers ones because, again, like quality and detail, more numbers are usually available, more paint schemes are available. And you got to love those see-through walkways too. I don't know if you can see through those walkways, but I can, definitely. Oh yeah, kind of there on the end. You can kind of see through that. Very nice car. Clean, crisp. You got it. Absolutely. And I'll just show an up close of this here where the paint itself doesn't just end on the side of the car. They took the time to continue it up onto the top as well for these Saskatchewan cars. I believe so. I'd have to double check that, which I'm going to do right now. I thought I had them up here. Give me 1 second. I will tell you every single scheme that they got. So obviously you've got the Alberta blue, the Saskatchewan brown, the Canada red, there is the CP that's all black with the white script. And still looking here. 2 seconds. So there's an all silver with the red and white Pac-Man at the end. Well, I call it a Pac-Man, but that's for CP. But those are the round hatch, so it's not grain. And then the all black CP as well, which that one again is round hatch, and it's like a gray, like a dark gray with the red CN noodle. That is a round hatch. Potash in the, I want to say orangish salmon color. Those are round hatches as well. Everyone likes a good potash. So there's a car it's very similar to this. But if you imagine yellow with the wheat, like it shows here, but the rest of the car is brown. It's like a light golden brown. And those are the through hatch. So they are specifically for grain. I think I got a picture here. Yeah, there we go. That was a CN. So, but yeah, it's like a brown for most of it. It's like a brown or a golden brown with the wheat board at the end. And that is Intermountain, that's Intermountain, by the way. I don't know if I don't think Walthers did that one, but I'm sure I'll find out. And for some reason, my Wi-Fi is slow, even though my modem is sitting right behind me. Thanks a lot, Wi-Fi. Okay, we'll move on. Okay, so moving on from Walthers, because this is a Walthers. And then here comes the Intermountain. Now, seeing them side by side like this, which way am I going? Okay, you can obviously see that there's a bit of a red difference there. I don't see that as an issue, though, because there's a lot of these cars that are extremely faded to the point where it doesn't look red anymore. So if anything, this just got that started for me. Where the Intermountain, it's probably a much more of a truer red color. A truer? Did I say that right? Is that a real thing? I don't know. I'm going to go with it. So it's a truer red for the Intermountain. And when I take a look at the reporting marks and whatnot, like everything else seems very accurate as far as like the wheat symbols, Canada flag and whatnot. And then when I look at the end details, now These seem to scoop a bit. I feel like you can see that angle there. Can you see that angle? How it goes up on an angle? This one has it a little bit as well, but not as much. It seems a little bit flatter on the inside compared to these ones. I don't know if you can see that real side-by-side difference there, but they're very similar. They're crazy similar. And of course, like that little hole there, it's bigger on the Walthers one than the Intermountain. So I'm not sure if that's a continuity thing or if it actually is not supposed to be that big. Because Walthers, I mean, these aren't proto cars, but I still really like them. They really have a good amount of detail to them. But then again, with the underside, there's actually no markings on the underside compared to this one here, which does. So that's where Walthers is basically, that's a step up in the same sense, where they are doing underside detailing as well, even though this one does have the same hatch on the bottom. These do have metal wheels, and of course they do have metal couplers. I'm not a huge stickler for trucks and knowing the difference between one set of trucks and another set of trucks. Who makes those? Oh, those are definitely, whatever style trucks. I don't know. They all look the same to me in that aspect. So if you're wondering, I don't really know. So when it comes to the Intermountain ones, now I paid about $45 or $46 for one of these, which is about $10 more than a Walthers. So you're paying a little bit more, but again, you've got a good amount of weight, and this etching on the top here is really nice. It's actually a lot crisper, and each little etched hole seems to be a little bit bigger than the actual Walthers one. Also, this is black, where this is silver. I've never seen the top of these cars, so I'm not sure what to believe there. I don't know why one would be black and one would be silver, or why they would decide to paint that silver. That might be on the individual cars as per number, but that I'm not too sure of. Again, you've got your wheel on the end with the chain, which is great. The MU hose to connect from car to car, where Walthers does not have that extra little detail there. Is that important to me to have that? No, probably not. You don't really see that when it's between the cars as well. Now, another thing that I want to note is that there is a pipe that runs along the side here. You can't really see it because it's black, and the area behind it is also black. You can kind of see it there. Good. Okay. You can see it sticking up. Hopefully you can see that. That extra piping there, it does add a good level of detail to the car. And you'll notice, that was Intermountain. Walthers also does it, but it's very tight. It's very tight up against that. I almost thought that was part of the side. So it seems like the detailing on these for $10 more a car is probably a little bit more than it's worth it to basically get that $10 or pay the $10 more for the Intermountain cars, just because it has the next level of realism to it, where it has that piping that hangs down a certain distance, and the see-through walkways are more see-through. Like when I look through these here, it's all dark. It's you can't really see the actual car, but this here you can see the shadow of the actual, like from the light, because the light is right above it, right? So you can actually see the walkway there, and it looks very realistic compared to the Walthers one. So yeah, I can definitely see why they do cost, a little bit more, but definitely worth it in the long run. Again, when you compare it to the Bachmann, where you don't see through it at all. So it happens, right? Again, this is why we're going over these things, so we can look at it, almost like a try it before you buy it, right? Because I don't know about you guys, but I plan on getting a bunch of these. So I've already got about 15. How many do I have now? Carry the 6 with a 4. Yeah, I think about 15 or so. And I don't shy away from ones like the Bachmann. When you have a favorite, like Walthers has always been really good to me with not just their building kits, but as you saw, those 2 locomotives that were pulling a good, how many cars was that? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, about 12 or 13 cars. And it didn't struggle at all. Mind you, that's 2 locomotives, but still, they've been really good to me. So I've been a huge fan of Walthers, and I wanted to try something a little bit different with these, and just try them out just to say, okay, I did it, I made the leap, and pleasantly surprised, very, very pleasantly surprised. Even just the difference in the red. I'm just going to hold these up again because that is a huge difference. And a lot of people will buy locomotives or even certain rolling stock, and it could be the exact same road name, but different manufacturer and stuff. And it's not until you see them side by side like this that you actually see how much of a difference that paint job is. That's why normally when I get something like, if I get 2 locomotives, right? If I want to get a SD40 in the Ontario Northland, I'll get it from Bowser, because when they use one color yellow on one locomotive, when they make another one, they're going to use that same yellow. Where if I get it from, I don't know, Intermountain, it's probably going to be a different yellow altogether. Same thing with all the VIA stuff. I try to get all my VIA stuff from, Rapido, because they're using the exact same paint on all their stuff. They've got those very specific colors, and they try to keep that continuity going. The last car that I'm going to talk about here real quick is the North American rail car. Actually, before I talk about this one, hold the phone. I'm going to save you guys some money. I had this conversation with Bubs, like, I don't know if it was a week ago or less than a week ago. I like saving money, but I also like spending money at the same time. But I like to spend money when it comes to buying, let's say, for example, when you can buy 2 cars that are just as good as one car for that exact same price, I'm probably going to do that. But also a lot of shops, they set their prices, right? So when I get a Walthers car, like I said, I pay about $35 and I get it from Otter Valley. Great price for this kind of car. I get a bunch of them, and it's about 100 and change for 3 of these cars. Intermountain, $46, right? So we're doing the $10 difference. When I look at other stores, I'm seeing the Walthers cars for $45, and I'm seeing these for well over $50. So when I buy one of these, when I buy a Walthers car at another store, I'm basically paying for an Intermountain car that I could get at Otter Valley. Does that make sense? I sure hope it does, because when I'm not even sure if they're all completely sold out of the Walthers ones. That's something I'd have to check. But I'm pretty sure, yeah, because the Canada ones, these ones here go really fast. Same with the Alberta ones. The Alberta ones, you can't keep those on the shelf. So when they sold out, I checked to see what other stores have. And when I see that they have a Walthers car for $45, I'm like, why would I do that when I can get an Intermountain for $45? So just wait till they come in and then get one of these instead. Because technically in the real world, there's hundreds of these cars. So they're never short in road numbers to do. And they're going to be doing probably more of these. In the time that I've been modeling grain cars, Walthers has already done 2 runs of these. And I'm pretty sure Intermountain has done 2 runs of these as well. So give it another 5 years, you're going to get another set of numbers for these and another set of numbers for these. I guarantee you. So that's my spiel. Save you some money. If you can't seem to find one car, do your price checking and make sure that if you're going to spend the extra money on this, is it that much to say, well, you can spend that exact same, but upgrade your car, go with an Intermountain, right? If these are not available, Intermountain. The last car I want to talk about here, even more detail. As if a car could have more detail than these, right? So North American Railcar, like I said, they own the rights to the Saskatchewan car. So anytime you see these showing up, it's a special run. And basically, they're in short supply. They don't make a lot of them. So when you do have the chance to get one, you should definitely at least pick up one. You're looking at about $75 Canadian for one of these. Or, well, is it 75 or is it like 65 and then tax and all that? Bubs, But yeah, these are super rare. And of course, I needed a couple. I've got 2 of these. I don't know if I'm going to have many more because they're just trying to justify paying the $75 for one of these cars when I can get 2 of these cars for $70. It's tough. It really is. And I mean, I don't think it makes me cheap. It just, I'm more mindful of things where if I'm trying to build a huge train in a short amount of time, I'm going to double up for the price that I'm going to spend. Now, there might be gold inside. There might be. The wheel sets from running them. By the way, I have never had any issues with these rolling. They are such a free rolling truck. Walthers. I'm still yet to try out the Intermountain and see how well they roll. Hopefully the trucks, like I said, are better on these ones than the last run because, again, a lot of people had issues with those. But these ones here, they roll like a dream. They are very comparable to the Walthers ones because they run so well. So why are they so expensive? Well, first off, obviously, like I said, it's a limited edition run. They own the rights, so they can price it however they want. And also, when we look at detail, so you've got I'm going to hold that up. Sorry. Okay, do I have to cover this stuff here? Don't look at me. Okay. It's so hard to see. Black on green was a bad choice. Okay. Either way, you gotta do a drop test. Whoop. Much like with the F7, right? So yeah, the reporting marks on here and the all the fine detail stuff, very crisp, just like the rest of the print, right? It's a very nice car with the little trillium. I think it's a trillium. Isn't that Ontario's flower? Why do we have a flower? That's weird. Okay, well, and then of course you've got your safety stripe. Well, it's not striping, but it's reflective striping, I guess you could say, along the edge there, which none of them have. They've got the little dots. You can see the little dots along there, but it's not the reflective. It's not reflective striping like these. So, yeah, trying to justify weathering a car like this, I don't know. I don't know. That'd be tough. I did want to get one to put, because you can actually, there's two cars that I really, really want to have. If you're a fan of Rick and Morty, you know who Pickle Rick is, and somebody in the real world painted a Pickle Rick right down the side of the entire car. Yeah, as a fan, I would totally do that, just because. Would I get a $75 car to do that with? Yeah. I'd sooner just paint another car green and then put, because you can't see anything else. It's just the graffiti down the side. Wood lily. Okay, that's a wood lily. Thank you. Because I was going to say, it would be weird if Saskatchewan had a trillium on the side. And they're white, so that would explain the orange. So thanks, Robin. Thanks. So yeah, with these here, of course, you've got the reflective striping. Oh, sorry, no, I was saying the two cars. The one car, Pickle Rick down the side. There you go, Bernard. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen that car. And the other one, of course, with the naked lady going down the car. I think everybody's seen that car at one point. And, it's the darndest thing to try to find a Google picture of. There's just nothing that comes out right when you're trying to search that. So my advice is that don't search it. If somebody has a picture, then they can share it. But, yeah. So with these, you've got your etched. These are etched metal walkways, I want to say. And the ends, of course, all your ladders, your wheel, your grab irons at the end, the walk plate, and the little MU cable that is very, it's going to break one of these days and I'll cry a little bit. And then you've got the detailing, on the underside. You've got, so you can see that little safety thing there, right? That's something that Intermountain, that they didn't have. Weird, right? It's kind of like you're taking the best parts of all these cars and then you're putting it on this car. You know what I mean? Like, they really took their time with this. A very nice car. And I just can't stand their website. That's a story for a different day, though. But yeah, well, you've got all your, marks, and there's marks on the end there, all the information that's in there. I'm pretty sure I said metal couplers and metal wheels, of course. And they do look like a heavier duty truck when I put them up against, let's say the Walthers one here. Okay, well, I guess they're very comparable. Never mind. I thought they looked a little bit bigger, like a bit of a bigger truck. Let me check this one here. Yeah, see, the Intermountain one has a bit more detail in the truck. And yeah, I like Intermountain's trucks better. And I find that the Walthers ones, these might be the exact same. It's so hard to tell. I don't know my trucks. I'm being honest. There's so many trucks, and I can't bother to remember them all. So, yeah. And with the fact that, sorry, I'm going a little off the rails here, but yeah, with the fact that they have to call you to talk you through the website and teach you how to use it, that's not user friendly. You know what I mean? Like, I go to a website, create a login if it's necessary, and then I want to click away. I want to start shopping. I don't want to have I don't want to take a class and get a degree on how to use a website. Like, yikes, right? So that's why I get I get Bubs to order stuff like this for me. He gets points anyways for, getting the orders through, which is nice. They have a point system or whatever, but yeah, really weird. Very, very weird. But for what it's worth, if you know somebody who has a PWRS account, see if they can hook you up, because these are honestly really nice cars. And if you can justify it, then it'll look great on your layout. Like I said, the other one that I have does not have the exclamation mark. So there's a couple of different ones, and of course they go by the road number. So depending on what the real one is, that's how it is, right? Very nice cars. I love these. I hope that by me talking about these cars and sharing them with you and my love for them, that it has sparked you to love them as much as I do, maybe even more. Maybe you're going to order some now. Maybe not. I don't know. But, I thought I'd share this with you because, they're being decommissioned next year, and it sucks. It really does. And like I said, these are some of my favorite cars, and they are just everything that embodies Canada, right? Like, you look at that and you're like, oh, that's a Canada car. Besides the obvious red and white with the Canada on the side. Yeah, they're awesome. So there's so many more. Got to catch them all. And I always look for these when I do go rail fanning, and I've seen a couple, and I always look for them. So what? We're just, that was it. That's my little presentation, if you will, for these cylindrical hoppers. I keep moving them around because I'm like, which brand is this one? Which brand is that? And I can kind of tell only because I know, because I'm used to it. I see these every single day. By the way, the Walthers ones couple really well. And I know that's just the couplers that they use, but seriously, best couplers. Best. And, I put them up there like, 50-50 with KD any day. 100%. I feel that confident that I would say that. So either KDs or whatever they use. The, what are they called? One scale? Something like that. I can't remember. Another thing I want to talk about tonight, because you guys obviously saw the, I'm just going to do this because, whoa. All right. Bam. Because you guys obviously saw at the beginning there, I was running the train. It went around the second level. And I've been busy the last couple of weeks, just trying to get as much done. I went out, I did the foolish thing of buying a 4x8 sheet of plywood, paying $70. It was either that or buying another one of these. Just saying. But yeah, I got the sheet of ply, and I got it cut because we can finally go into stores. And tomorrow we're going into like third unlocking, or whatever you want to call it. I can go to the movies again, which is great. Because Space Jam is out tomorrow. Off the topic, right? Off topic. But I managed to actually finish, for the most part, the main line going around my second level, which technically didn't take me as long as what I thought. I thought the bridge was going to give me like a harder time than it did. I've gotten lots of compliments on the Exact Rail bridge, and if you're able to find one of those things, they're awesome. I had to glue rail to the top of it, and I use the Walthers bridge piers set, or not piers, but abutments. Sorry. And because the abutment set comes with a couple of different toppers, or backings. You just find the one that fits the bridge, which I believe is like the medium. It's either the medium or the large. I can't remember. And then you glue it on top, and then it fits. It works with the bridge. Yeah, it works. I was so excited. I got it done like the other day, and I have been testing like so many different trains up there. The F40s, six axle locomotives. I mostly do that because when some of the guys come over, like I know Brandon, he loves his Big Macs, and I'm not talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about that CP power. He loves running those 6-axle monsters, and I need to make sure that if he comes over, or if any of my other friends come over and they bring a monster of a locomotive, that it's gonna, fly around this thing. So it's got to make sure it works, right? So test. You just got to keep testing and tweaking. I really feel like if I had a big sheet of foam here right now, I would put my paper mill in, because the paper mill, when you first saw that one side of the layout where it was all coming around the bend there, that's where the paper mill is going to go. And yeah, those I'm like, all those buildings are already built and whatnot. I think I have to fix one or two of them because of the move, but they're already to go in. And then it's just a matter of laying the track for it and hooking up the power. And like I said, most of the power is good for the middle, or the main line going around it. But obviously I'm still going to drop feeders anyways, just in case, to prevent issues from happening. Got to prevent the issues. So that means update time. My thermometer, who saw that video? I'm like, I need to post a video talking about a timeline and setting goals. It's important to set goals. When you prioritize what you need to do to get everything done, or in my case, to be able to run a train from top to bottom, full loop, full circle, there's a number of things I got to do. And I wish it was easy as just putting in a reverse loop on the bottom, or even on the second level, which I could have done probably somewhere, but it's not what I planned to do. I didn't want to cheat and cut halfway through, because as soon as I can run a loop, that's when all the work stops. That's why everything settles down. And same with building it, right? Like, I don't think I would have gotten as much scenery done if I didn't have all the stuff that I needed to do, and if there wasn't a wood shortage as well. But either way, I did a thermometer, and I planned it out like level 1, level 2, level 3, and then the helix connecting each one, because everything, it's all steps, it's all things I need to do in order to do the full loop. So as far as it goes, for my second level, I wanted to have the track done, which is my main line, done by July 10th. I'm about 2 days later than that, and that means I'm on track. Minus the fact that after one of our last lockdowns, they're like, okay, so we're going to lock you down for another 2 weeks, and then that set things back 2 weeks. So yeah, no, I'm not opening the box. Wait, what box? Oh, the box. No, I'm still waiting for that. Soon though, soon. I promise. I know I said 2 weeks on that, but a little bit longer. It'll be worth it. Yeah, I had everything was supposed to be done without rushing anyways by July 10th. And I'm pretty sure I would have had it done sooner, but of course, like, lockdown happens and whatnot, and it is what it is at that point. But I'm right on track, and I'm hoping to have the sub road bed for Helix. So Helix, because basically I consider the sub road bed, which is like the wood, right? The bench work. Right now, it only goes to here. I still have to go up 3 levels, and then the helix is basically done. Then it's a matter of coming off the helix at the top, like right up here, and then that's it. And I usually do about a quarter of the helix at a time. So what'll happen is I'll put the sub road bed in, then I run the road bed, then I paint the whole thing black, and then I do the track. Do another 3/4 of a turn, so on and so forth, and just keep repeating that. I'm supposed to be done that by July 31st. It's a pretty busy month, and wood still hasn't gone down in price, so I might have to push that just because paying that much for wood is ridiculous. And I would need at least 2 4x8 sheets to be able to complete the helix here. So it is what it is, but I'm hoping to start the bench work, or at least have the bench work done for my top level by August 22nd. So near, I don't know why I chose the 22nd. I think that might be a specific day of the week or something. But yeah. And thanks to Otter Valley, I have all the switches to do my main level my main line for the top level. And no, I've got 2 switches on my main line. No. There's a bunch, and a diamond somewhere in there. A bridge, which you guys saw in one of my videos that I did a mail call. Most of that stuff was for the top level anyways, but it's all ready to go. I just need the wood, and then bam, top level, right? So I'm hoping September 15th. I know, I'm so excited. And then, I can run a loop. Yes. I'm probably going to need a cleaning car, not going to lie. This is a lot of footage of track, and doing it all by hand is ridiculous. Like, it's fine to do, to clean the track after I've painted it and whatnot, clean it, spot check and whatnot. But to go over the whole thing and, cleaning car. I definitely need a cleaning car. But yeah. And September 15th is what I'm shooting for. I do want it to be done by then. Not the whole thing, obviously, just the main line. I know that there's a lot to do, and getting these industries, like you can't see it here, but I've got the steel mill that has to go in, the ethanol plant, which we're currently working on every Sunday. It's a lot. It's a lot of work. I try to keep the fun going with it because, that's what it's supposed to be, right? Fun. There's a couple of parts that I'm just like, I could do without, like the wiring. But, it's all part of it. And I'm learning things every single day when I do it. Like, I got all this wired. I thought I would need Dave for that. Still want Dave to come over and do the wiring, but that might be a bit. And of course, getting the switch machines in and then adding things like the whole town, like this is it's a work in progress, but all these little things that I'm very excited, that I'm looking forward to doing, and I can't wait. I can't wait to have a whole town here, and it's all going to light up and everything. I'm going to look at those roomettes, the interior thingies for the town, just to make sure that yes, you did help with the switch thingies. My wife is talented. I commissioned her to do all the painting on the fascia because, when you're good at something, you should do it. And that's what she does. So I just do all the little detailed stuff. So But yeah, I've got tons more work for you, by the way, Stev. I just got to get the the face shot for the second level too, but that might take a bit. So, couples who play together stay together is the first thing that came to my mind. Yeah, so running trains and hoping that September 15th we will do a golden spike, which I have no idea where that's going to be. Could be on the helix, it could be on the bridge. I don't know. But because you guys know that I use not paint cans, soup cans for everything, right? Still didn't get that sponsorship from Campbell's. We'll get them, guys. We'll get them. I'm going to probably paint a soup can gold, and that'll be my golden spike, but it's a soup can. So that'll be fun. I wonder if I should do mushroom or like, I don't know, maybe chicken noodle. I don't know. No one's going to know. No one's going to know. But one more thing that I wanted to touch on, because it is after 9. I've got an early day tomorrow, guys. I'm going to be out of town. If for any reason you're going to be at Canada's Wonderland tomorrow, hit me up. I'll be with the family. But you guys have seen, or I'm guessing that you've seen, the Virtual Trains Canada. And that is a live train show that I hosted for Otter Valley. And we did that back in February. And let me tell you how much fun it was, because I got to work with a lot of cool people. And Rapido was there. Athern was there. Mini Prince, Bernard was there. ITLA, Scale Models, they were there. And we got to go to a couple of layouts. We got to go to a couple of clubs, train clubs. We got to go to a couple of train clubs, and all live. And you just sit at home. It didn't cost you a thing unless you had to go out and buy a computer to watch, but that's a different story. And we want to do it again. Bernard is here. He's saying, let's do it again. We're working on it. And that's what I wanted to tell you. That's what I wanted to tell you guys. Virtual Trains Canada 2. It was either that or Second Wave, but I think it's a little too soon to call it Second Wave. But yeah, Virtual Trains Canada 2. So if you guys have not watched it, I've got a whole bunch of playlists. I've got a whole bunch. I take care of you guys. If you get, I've got the, Sunday kit builds. I've got a whole thing. If you missed any of those, you go take a look at those. Third Rail Thursdays, go take a look at those. If you missed anything, go take a look. Layout updates. Oh my gosh, I've got layout updates from this one, from old layouts. I got you covered. But Virtual Trains Canada, I've got a special playlist for you. And it is specifically just the announcement for it and the actual show, which ran about 6 hours, I want to say, right from 9 a.m., I think, till 3 p.m., I want to say. Geez, yeah, it was back in February. But go take a look. If anybody wants to see any manufacturers, if you want to see any layouts, specific layouts, if anybody wants to be involved, I mean, let me know. Reach out to me, because honestly, like, it takes a lot of time and whatnot and a lot of effort to put something like that together. And it's sorry, I've got my email. There we go. Email. That's my email on screen there, guys. If you want to be a part of it, let me know. I've got so much on the go right now. Go, right? I've got so much on the go, and I want to make sure that if we do it right. We go bigger than last time. And, I made a list made a list of things. I'm like, it's almost like demands, but it's just a list. And it's, the things that you want to see, the things that you hope to see. And I'm like, I want to make sure that all the viewers are taken care of and they get to participate as if they were going to a real train show. And, it takes a lot of organizing to do, but I think we'll do it. I think we'll do it justice, and we'll do a really good job. I'm just shooting for, if the last one was here, we're going way up here this time. And I'm excited. I'm super excited. And I hope you're all there. I hope you all join. I hope you all watch. And I hope you all enjoy. So that being said, watch for that. And that'll be this year, obviously. And we're not going to push it to next year. I'm not going to make you wait. Maybe in the next couple of months. So want to get through July 1st. But yeah, let me know. Bernard's already in. There we go. Bernard, you're in. You're hired. But yeah, we'll talk. We'll talk. And if you guys if you don't even know who Bernard is, what are you doing? miniprints.ca. Go check him out. I love his work. He does little geese, little mooses, people, everything to bring that next level of realism to your layout. And there we go. Nick. Well, I mean, yeah, ITLA was with us last time, and Nick did a really good job as well. And I would love having Nick back. Definitely. It's going to be a blast. It's going to be a blast. It's a long day for me, but it'll be good. Yeah. You are now, Bernard, is that Lionel Strang still? Is it still for sale? Are you guys still doing that? He'll let us know. Because I know he was doing a thing where he had 3D printed Lionel Strang, and then he was selling the thing, and then the proceeds were going to something, and then yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, if you want to buy a mini Lionel Strang, and again, if you don't have no idea who Lionel Strang is, then I don't think we can be friends. But no, but he's a huge part of the community. Model railroading, he's got the podcast as well. So go check that out. And oh wow, 100! You've already sold 102 of those. Keep printing. And it's for cancer research. That's awesome. Oh wow, over 1,000. That's awesome. See, it's companies like that we need more of, and not only are they contributing to the hobby, but they're helping make the world a better place too. So that's awesome. So Virtual Trains Canada #2. So look for that, and I'm excited. So get excited, and yeah, go check it out. Go check out the first one if you haven't already. And I promise you, it's a good time, and you get to actually see. So just quick overview if you haven't seen it. Bernard from Mini Prints, Nick from ITLA Scale Models. I know you guys know those buildings. They're awesome. We had Jim from Athearn, and he was talking about a lot of Athearn products. We had both Jason and Jordan talking about Rapido releases. I think that was when they announced the, correct me if I'm wrong, that was when they did the ore hoppers. I might be wrong about that. They had announced it the week before, or 2 weeks before, something like that. So yeah, basically, we also got to take a look at Jason's layout, because he's got the layout in his basement. So that was nice of him to give us a tour. We saw Etobicoke Central Railways, his layout. We were out in, I want to say it was not Barrie, not Woodstock. My mind, it's I'm really showing my age right now. I can't remember anything. Few clubs. There was a few clubs as well. It was really nice to see their layouts. They did walkarounds, and Chris from Big CW, the layout. I'm still trying to think of the town. Jeez, it eludes me. I'm not going to be able to sleep until I figure out what that was. So either way, go check them out and check out the video. I might put it a link to the video in the description. And yeah, excited for number 2. Other than that, we did the cylindrical hoppers tonight. Guys, I love these things. Go check out Otter Valley, and you will get the best price for your cylindrical hoppers and many other great things. But yeah, definitely if you want some cylindrical hoppers, they've got a whole bunch of Intermountain ones in right now. Go get them. Go get them. Bet you can't just get one because you need all of them. Other than that, layouts come together. There's no Sunday brunch kit build this week because I got things to do, family things, so awesome things. And we'll be on Mark's channel next week, next Thursday. He's got Third Rail Thursday. I don't know if he has anything special planned, but it's Mark. So it's going to be special, and it's going to be great. Thank you. I worry more for my wife and the kids because I'm usually the one that's driving. In fact, I'm usually the only one that drives. So it's probably better that way. I can't see Landon behind the wheel. No way. I mean, Riker, but Landon. Yeah, layout's coming along, and this and that and the next thing. And I really appreciate everybody showing up tonight in typical Thursday night fashion. And thank you. Thank you so much. Again, I keep saying again because I feel like I forget things, but it's fine. It happens. It happens. I'll remember when I'm laying in bed later. Mark always comes through. That's right. And those are some great videos that he did do on the houses. I totally forgot that I sent him the picture of the cat. Steph, I'll show you that video after. He totally gave Alexis a shout out. So she appreciated it. Wasn't the best angle, which is typically how I take photos, but it is what it is. But yeah, go check out Mark's videos there because he did a bunch of the 2-minute videos, which he definitely, they're awesome. What you can fit into 2 minutes is probably more than enough, but I drag it on for, how long has it been? An hour and almost an hour and a half of me talking about things. So, but y'all have a good night, and I will see you real soon, and we'll be over on Mark's channel next Thursday. I'm Go Veer, Go Home. It's been a slice. That was Third Rail Thursdays.